Okay, let's dive into this. When I was looking through the source text, How AI is Creating Millionaires, it really hit me. We literally need to fundamentally rethink our future career trajectories. Look, right now, across the globe, there is this massive, defining mindset gap when it comes to artificial intelligence. And as a student or young professional, I need you to hear this. How you view this technology right at this exact moment is going to completely define your future economic reality.
Because right now, society is essentially splitting into two very distinct camps. On one hand, you've got a huge chunk of the population that just treats AI like a mere toy. You know, they might ask a program a funny question, generate a silly image, have a quick laugh, and then just move on with their day. But on the other hand, we have these incredibly sharp individuals looking at the exact same technology, and they are using it to earn millions. They are generating massive, life-changing wealth. It's the exact same underlying tool, but approached with a completely different mindset. If you want to succeed and build a serious career, your absolute first step is crossing over from treating it like a novelty to actually seeing its true economic potential. And to make that crossover successfully, we really have to internalize one absolute truth. AI is no longer just a simple chatbot. If your idea of artificial intelligence is just, a basic text box where you type in a prompt and wait for some generic paragraph to spit back out, well, you're operating with a severely outdated perception. That era, it's over. The true power of this technology has expanded way, way beyond simple text generation. It's literally becoming the foundation for modern commerce.
Let's just look at the actual reality of what smart entrepreneurs and driven students are actively building right this second. We're seeing students with absolutely zero film background generating high-quality promotional videos. They're launching fully functional e-commerce sites over a single weekend. They are creating original music, executing incredibly complex marketing campaigns, and even automating entire end-to-end businesses. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of accessible output we're dealing with here. We aren't talking about some theoretical sci-fi possibilities for the next decade. We are talking about what is happening right now, today, in the real world. Every single one of these examples represents an entire industry being fundamentally revolutionized by people who stop treating artificial intelligence like a novelty.
But honestly, what do you think is the most shocking part about all of this? I want you to pause for a second and think about the traditional barriers to entry for digital businesses. In the past, if you wanted to build a complex website, produce a professional video, or automate a business's workflow, what was the one massive wall standing in your way? Think about that barrier that kept so many brilliant, creative thinkers from ever getting their ideas off the ground. So, the crucial point is this massive revelation: zero coding required. Seriously, you do not need a computer science degree anymore. You don't need to spend 4 years tearing your hair out over complex computer languages just to build a functional web app. People are achieving all of those incredible things we just listed, the websites, the dynamic videos, the automated marketing funnels, without writing a single line of code. It is a total game changer. This completely shatters the old gatekeeping of the tech world. Your lack of a technical programming background is just no longer a valid excuse. The barriers have simply vanished. Let's move on and see how this builds into our imminent economic future. We're looking at a rapidly approaching horizon, 2026. This isn't some distant sci-fi future, guys. This is right around the corner. According to the compelling analysis in our source text, by the year 2026, the AI economy will likely become the absolute biggest opportunity in the world. We are looking at a massive, unprecedented wave of global economic growth centralized entirely around this technology. And the transition period? It isn't starting later. It is happening right now. The window to position yourself at the very front of this shift is open today, leading directly into that massive boom. Which brings us to a final defining thought from the source material. I want you to read this quote carefully. Let it really sink in. Those who learn early will be the ones who get furthest ahead. The future economy doesn't wait for anyone to get comfortable. The individuals who are actively figuring out how to use these non-coding tools to build businesses and solve real-world problems right now, those are the exact same people who are going to absolutely dominate by 2026. This leaves us with a stark, provocative choice. Are we going to start learning how to harness these tools today, or watch from the sidelines and get permanently left behind in the new economy?